In 1902, a 25-year-old engineer was trying to stop ink from smudging at a Brooklyn printing plant. He accidentally invented the machine that would, decades later, help decide where LeBron James played basketball. Here's the real chain that connects them. The engineer was Willis Carrier. The printing company's problem wasn't heat, it was humidity, warping the paper and blurring the ink. Carrier's fix was the first modern air conditioning system, designed to control moisture in the air, not comfort. For the next 3 decades, air conditioning stayed mostly industrial. It cooled factories, movie theaters, and department stores, but almost no homes. It was expensive, bulky, and unnecessary for most people's daily lives. Then World War II broke out. Manufacturing precision weapons, radar systems, and aircraft electronics required tightly controlled temperature and humidity. The U.S. military needed climate control at a scale nobody had ever built before. Companies like Carrier's own corporation raced to meet that demand, building out manufacturing capacity, refrigerant supply chains, and a generation of trained engineers, almost entirely funded by wartime contracts. When the war ended, all of that infrastructure didn't disappear. It pivoted. Through the 1950s and 60s, air conditioners got smaller, cheaper, and were installed in millions of ordinary American homes for the first time. And that changed where people could actually choose to live. Places like Florida, Texas, and Arizona had been brutally uncomfortable for most of the year. Now, for the first time, they were livable indoors, year-round. Millions of Americans moved south. Historians call it the rise of the Sun Belt. Miami in particular exploded, from a small resort town into a major American city, almost entirely within a few decades. A city that size needed major league sports. In 1988, the NBA awarded Miami an expansion franchise. They called it the Heat, an intentional nod to the very climate that built the city in the first place. Florida's government, courting that same wave of new residents, had also built its economy around having no state income tax at all. It's one of only a handful of states that still doesn't tax personal income. Fast forward to the summer of 2010. LeBron James is the most valuable free agent in NBA history, and every team in the league wants him. Miami has one advantage almost nobody else does. Reporting at the time, and James himself, pointed directly at Florida's tax code. For a player earning tens of millions a year, playing home games in a state with zero income tax was worth an enormous amount of money. On July 8, 2010, LeBron James announced live on national television that he was taking his talents to South Beach, joining Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh on the Miami Heat. Trace it back far enough, and the chain is real. A humidity problem in a printing plant, solved in 1902. A war that mass-produced the solution. A migration boom it made possible, and a tax code built to capture it, that a basketball player factored into one of the biggest decisions of his career. Follow Forgotten Record for more Real Chains history doesn't usually connect.